Hi and welcome to Polly Puts the Colour On. In this video I'm going to be sharing another WIP Wednesday where I show you all the pages that I've kind of got underway, the things that I'm still planning on getting done this month, and then obviously you can check back in my November completed pages to see if I actually managed to get everything done. So let me just move them out of the way and get started. Obviously please click like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, because it does make a big difference to YouTube channels. So the first WIP I've got to share with you is from Disney Empowering Colouring, and the WIP that I've got is this one, and this is ridiculously close to being finished. I used alcohol markers because although it's a double-sided book, I know there's a lot of images in this book that I'm not particularly struck on, so I'd rather just use alcohol markers, to be honest. So I was happy to sacrifice that image to use alcohol markers. Now, I coloured this while I was sat downstairs on the sofa with my daughter. She was sat playing Sims on her computer. So as you can see, I've done alcohol markers everywhere. All I really need to do, teeny tiny little bit of shading, but not a lot. And then I want to use some sparkly gel pen or watercolour for the border part. Yeah, tiny bit of shading, bit of white gel pen, and that'll be done. I'm not going to do anything in the background. So this one is ridiculously done to being close to being done, if I can get my words out. So yeah, this one will definitely get finished because that definitely will be a quick finish. Then we've got a page that is a buddy colour. So I will link all of my buddies down in the description below. So this buddy colour is with All J Art. And again, this one is pretty close to being done. So I forgot to mention, actually, this is the Asia book by Rita Berman. So I've done this page. I'm really pleased with how this is coming together. So the last page I did in this book was this one, which I really don't like. So let's not show it again. Whereas this one, absolutely love it. So I've been using my Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils for this page, and absolutely love the colours that I came up with. It's just lovely and pretty coloured. So the bits that I've got left to do are just kind of the little detail bits, which I'm thinking I'm going to use watercolours or gel pens or a bit of both to finish it off. Again, I was colouring this downstairs on the sofa with my daughter, which is kind of why I've not done all the finishing off. I had my pencils with me, and then I was like, right, I'll put that to one side. I'll finish that at my desk so that I don't smudge anything, because I'm bad enough at smudging things when I'm working on my desk, let alone if I try and colour anywhere else. So yeah, that one will definitely be done. So yeah, that's a buddy colour that's so close to being complete. So that'll definitely be finished soon. Another page that is really close to being done is from Coco Wyo, The Midnight Dream. So this was a relatively recent purchase from Vinted. I've never seen this book before, but kind of saw it crop up on Vinted. Looked at a flip through on YouTube and thought, wow, this looks really cool. Need this book. It's just so different. So I have made a note of the colours for the girl, her hair, the skin and the hoodie, in case I want to try and keep things the same using my Ohuhu Honolulu ones. And the page I've been working on, thought I got it tabbed, but apparently not. So I took the tab off when I was working on the, here we go. So went for this one, which actually went for quite a pretty kind of pastel kind of colour scheme. So again, ridiculously close to being done. Only really need to do the stars and then probably a bit of white gel pen details. Might go over the black sparkles with something glittery as well. So I'm either going to use gel pens or some watercolour paints on that. And yeah, quite like it. I wasn't sure because I've never had a book before that's had the black background to the reverse of the pages. So it was a bit weird when I put the alcohol marker on, because I'm used to being able to then, if the page goes a little bit kind of see-through, doesn't it? And you can kind of see the line art of whatever's behind, and obviously it didn't really do that. It just looked a bit of an odd colour till it dried. So that took a little bit of getting used to. But actually, don't mind the black background. It was fine. So yeah, kind of really happy with how that's coming together. So I've just done alcohol markers so far. Don't think I'm going to do any shading. Just like I say, just need to get a bit of sparkle on there, and then that one will be done. And you know what? Before I forget, I'm going to put one of my little bookmarks on the page so that I don't struggle to find it again. So that was Cocoa Eye, the Midnight Dream. Then we've got another buddy colour that is really, really close to being finished. So this buddy colour is with Crafty Caswell over on Instagram. And I can never remember the proper name of this book. I always just refer to it as the Japanese Bunny Book. Should really translate it and maybe jot it down inside, but I keep forgetting to. So the page that we're working on, as you can see, I've still got all my scrap paper behind to protect the pages, is this one. So far I've based everything with Tombow brush markers. Now I must admit, my husband came in while I basically had finished it. He looked and he was like, oh, I went, it's not finished. That's just, I've based it. I'm going to add shading. I'm going to add glittery bits. But that's so, I know what colours I'm using. And he was like, oh, right, okay, I'm glad because it looks a bit boring at the minute. I was like, yeah, I was going for a nice vintage look. I mean, my daughter thinks it looks great, so I'll, let's listen to her. But I just thought it was sewing, all the things, the bits and pieces that they've got, the ribbon and all sorts. Just thought I wanted a very pretty pastel vintage kind of vibe. So yeah, I'm definitely going to add some shading, make it look a little bit more interesting, but I am liking the colour scheme. So this shouldn't take too long once I sit down and actually get shading. It's not going to take me too long because I only used a handful of colours. I used one green, one purple, one kind of pinky colour for the deeper one, the lighter one, the brown, and I think that's literally about it, really. The two browns, I guess. But yeah, so if I pick a couple of coloured pencils, different colours of pencils to do the shading, it's not going to take too long. A little bit of sparkle. Like I've done some bits in grey with a grey Tombow, but I am probably going to go over those with a bit of glitter or something. But just thought it'd be nice to get a base. And yeah, water-based markers, they're not showing through on the other side. So yeah, really liking that. So that shouldn't take too long to finish. So that actually is the last of my WIPs. Tell a lie. I've just spotted another WIP that I'd put to the side because it was drying earlier. So the other WIP that I literally just started earlier is from the new Spooky Colouring Adventures of Witch Cat book by Sarah Chevchik. And I've been working on the page that's been picked this month by Christina's Art Corner. As you can see, I've done everything with alcohol markers so far because I know there is a story, but I kind of don't mind sacrificing the writing so that I can use my alcohol markers, and you can still just about read it anyway, so it's fine. So got a fair bit done already, seeing as I haven't spent long colouring it. So yeah, I know what colour I'm going to do the cat, obviously black, and I've got what colour I use for her. I just kind of need to work out what colour I'm going to do for the tent, the little creatures. The fire's going to be, reds, oranges, yellow, so that's fine. Dark colour for the sky. So yeah, it's mainly the tent I need to work out, but I thought I'll work on the other bits that I know what I'm going to do, and then I'll probably work out what colour. I'm thinking I might do either a purplish colour, or I might stick with the colour that I've been using for her hat and maybe use those colours, but then I kind of feel like there might be too much green, but then maybe she's gone with a green tent so that it blends in. Maybe I do a green tent with a purple blanket. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below, and it might help me with deciding what colour to do the tent. Like I say, it'll be a black cat, normal fire coloured kind of fire, dark colour for the sky with it being a night scene, but yeah, it's that tent. I'm not too sure. Whatever colour I do those creatures will probably tie in with the colour of the tent, so that's the bit that's going to be a little bit tricky, but yeah, definitely won't take too long to get this page finished once I decide on a colour. So yeah, drop a comment down below if you've got any suggestions on the tent colour. That would be appreciated. So that is the last of my WIPs now. I've got one more buddy colour lined up for this month, and it's in Guliana Sanctuary for Monsters by Alan Robert. So last month I got this title page done, and with the same buddy, actually, King Sharon 9 over Instagram, we've decided to do this buddy because she messaged going, would you like to do another page? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great, but I just don't know as I can commit to doing a full page, not knowing that November, December is obviously a really busy time of year anyway, work wise, Christmas wise. Want to make sure I can get to some of my Christmas colouring books. So thought this, there's not much to do there. So once I get started, that won't take me too long. I know I used Inktense over here with some shading. So I don't know, I might do that over here, but I might just go in straight with pencils and see how they work without a base. Because there's not any characters there that I don't think are repeated elsewhere. I mean, I might still make a note of the colours or at least take some photos as I'm working, but yeah, that shouldn't take too long to do. So hopefully you'll see this as a completed page in my November completed pages video. I probably will colour that in at some point, but I don't know. I also kind of feel like I might just do the writing on that page and then maybe just leave that as it is, because I don't know, the line work's really dark on that, isn't it? So yeah, I might just colour the writing there and leave that, you know, call that quits and say that that page is done, to be fair. So I don't want to mess this up, especially with it being the page that's been signed. So yeah, that's the last of my buddies. I've only got 4 buddies this month. I had an awful lot of buddies last month, which was amazing and such a lot of fun. I know my poor husband, who edits my videos, took him ages editing and adding in everybody's photos, and he was like, I don't mind you doing this again, but maybe not till after Christmas, because he, you know, he gets busy with his work this time of year as well. I was like, yeah, don't worry. Kind of had a lot more buddies than I realised, which, like I said, was a lot of fun and enjoyed each and every one of them. But yeah, scaled it back a little bit this month. So this page, by the time this video is out, will already be coloured, because it's the next one that I'm going to be doing on my live stream that's each Monday. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. If you can't tune in live on a Monday evening UK time, they're always there, you know, to listen back to afterwards. You know, if you want something on in the background, people chatting randomly, you know, there'll be a bit of background music as well. Might be nice to have on in the background while you're colouring or working or whatever. So the page that you will see completed in November is this one, and like I say, there will be a video up on the channel, because this will have already been done on a live stream. So this page is going to be for my members only live stream, which is The Little Cat by Coco Wyo. So my members live stream and each monthly video. I've not stuck to just one artist, but I thought, being as my membership levels are named after my cats, that it'd be nice to stick to the live stream and each monthly video being cat themed in some way, even if it's only a tiny cat. So I thought this would be a great one to colour for my members live stream. So I've picked this page. There's so many cool ones. It was a tough choice, to be honest, but I thought some like that one I do really like, but I thought, well, that's a little bit simple. Onto something a little bit more interesting to do on my live stream. So yeah, that one will be completed very, very soon. In fact, should be this evening, or going to plan for my members live stream. So if you remember, obviously, if you can't tune in live, obviously, again, you can watch it back afterwards. And then talking about memberships, this is the book that I will be colouring in for my members only video, which is normally released on the very last day each month. So we've got the Christmas book by Hannah Carlson, and the page that was voted as the winner was this adorable page here with the dog, but obviously it has got a little cat on and the mistletoe, and yeah, it's just really pretty. And quite often in Hannah Carlson books, I do tend to base things with Inktense, but I thought actually this is quite a not super detailed, but kind of semi-detailed picture. I don't think I will be using Inktense. Might well be my Prismacolors, I think, so that you know, I can get some nice colours. I think for the fur, the mistletoe will be mistletoe coloured. I'm thinking a nice festive red for the border, and I'll probably do red again on their little details and a red heart, because I think that might look pretty to tie in. Not decided yet colours for the cat or dog. I'll probably decide that as I'm recording, to be honest. I'm thinking tones of grey. Like maybe the cat slightly lighter grey and the dog slightly darker grey, but relatively similar, I think, for both of them, but we'll see. So again, if you remember, or you're interested in being a member, that will be the video that's for this month. So then we've just got the last few books that I'm really hoping to get worked in December, but they're not buddy colours. So, you know, if I don't get to them, I don't get to them. It doesn't matter too much. But one book is Fairy Tale World by Maria Troll, and I wanted this book for ages and ages. Thought about ordering, the non-English version, and thought, no, I'll wait for the English version. And then that came out in, I think, July in the UK, and I thought, no, I'll hold off. In the end, I ended up buying it on holiday in America. So this is quite a well-travelled book. Really struggled to pick a page, so I gave my book to my daughter. I went, right, pick a page for me because I just can't decide. So she actually picked the very first page. Not because it is the first page, but because it's a cat and she loves cats. So she spent a while browsing through and she went, let's go for this one. It's the first one and it's a cat, so that'll work out quite nicely. I'm wondering whether to use in this book the same as I've been doing in Shooting Star, sticking with my words, Caran d'Ache Supracolor 2s, because I've got quite a few now. I had quite a limited colour palette to start with. I bought a few more when I was on a holiday. They do work really nicely, but it is still relatively, a limited palette. So I thought that might be a nice challenge for some of my Maria Troll books, not all of them, but I thought for some of them that might work out quite nicely, because this is some that I've got. And then I've got, those are my new editions. And I have got I don't know where on earth the swatch has got to. Oh, it's here actually. I have got the budget version as well, which I can never remember the name of either. The Swiss colour, just like the standard ones, but they are still water soluble, but they are, like the student kind of grade. So I have got those colours as well, which I'm kind of classing as, made by the same company. So I'm kind of classing those as being in this set as well. So I don't know, I might stick with that because that was been a nice challenge in Shooting Star, and it might be nice to do it in this book as well. And it's a way of making sure that I use different mediums in different books as well, rather than just sticking with the same few. So hopefully I'll get to this page. It's not super detailed. It probably won't take too long once I get to it, especially if I do use those water soluble pencils, but we'll see. And it'd also be really nice if I could just colour the little motifs at the front. So even if I don't get anything else done, I will try and just get the little bits done, just so that I can feel like I've got to this book. But yeah, hopefully I'll get that one done too. And then still a Maria Troll one is Flora, which I've had this book for a while now. I think I got it in May, if memory serves, around about then. So I have had it a few months. But obviously I had my birthday in June, so then I was kind of focusing on working on books I'd had as my birthday present. Obviously been away in August for quite a while, so the page that I'm hoping to get done, I mean, I had hoped to maybe get the Book Belongs To page done, but I really don't think that's going to happen. There's not going to be enough time. Maybe I might manage to get the little dragonfly and the little butterfly done. But I would really like to get this page done, because then I feel like if I finish this page, then I can just colour whatever I want to in the book, which I know seems a bit silly probably, but it's just how my mind works. So as you see, I bought this book secondhand on Vinted, didn't pay too much for it. So I've got Universum, but I haven't got any of the other earlier books. So I know some of the images in this are repeated, obviously, in that collection book, but there's still a lot in this book that I love that isn't in the collection book, which is why I thought, oh yeah, it's a bargain. And there's some like gorgeous pictures in here that aren't repeated. So yeah, let's go for it. But yeah, I just need to work out what I'm doing there. I'm thinking I might do some collage. My daughter's got some pattern paper that might work. She has also got a lot of stickers. That could work. Alternatively, it's painting the background, but I can't be bothered with all that painting, to be honest, which I know is a little bit lazy, but that's just where my mind's at the minute. So I don't know. Chat back on that. It might well make it into a Winging It Wednesday video. It might not. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully this one will be done in November as well. And then the last two that I'm hoping to get done, but again, we'll see. And again, these were secondhand books, again, bought off Vinted, and the person has done some gorgeous colouring, but the pages are just kind of half done. So I'm not going to change anything about what they've already done. I might just, go over some of the black lines, or at least add some white gel pen highlights. So all I need to do on this is obviously finish off the wheat that the little mouse is holding, the little bits up there, and then just like the little house with the flowers. So there is literally about half of the page to do. It probably won't take me too long when I get to it. No idea, obviously, what pencil brand they used. So I don't know what I'm going to use in here. Quite often in Rita Berman's books, I go for my Black Widows or my Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils. You tell my mind's, I'm starting with a bit of a cold, I think. So brain's not quite firing properly. So I might use one of those pencil sets, I think, because I think that'll probably match in relatively well. But yeah, I love the colours they've gone for, so I'll just bring some of those colours across into the flowers, which I think will be easy enough, because obviously there's some pink, there's a bit of orange, there's some blue, so I could definitely tie that in. I could maybe do bluish berries, some pink flowers. I don't know. It shouldn't take too long to get once I get to it, but whether I get round to it this month, we'll see. And then the other page that is partly done is this one. So again, there's slightly more to get done on this one, so I do think I probably will get to this one first. So you just need to finish off the leaves up there. I'll try and stick to similar colours so that it ties in, and then just working out what I'm doing with the birds, to be honest. I'll probably do some blue in this one as well, although they have got different patterns to the feathers. But yeah, I'll probably bring a bit of blue in on their belly as well. Don't know what other colours to do. I'm thinking greyish. We'll go for blue and greyish kind of bird, but we'll see on that one. But yeah, it would be really nice to do it, and I might make a note of what colours I use, so that if I ever get around to colouring this page, then I could use some of the same colours over here as well if I wanted to. I mean, I might decide not to make it matching, and it might be absolutely years before I get around to this page, but it is always kind of nice to have a double page that matches, isn't it? So yeah, we'll see whether I get to those ones, but there is definitely a few pages that are so close to being finished, so they will definitely be done. Obviously my buddies will definitely be done, and yeah, we'll see what else I get round to. So I do always like to try and give a little bit of a kind of semi sneak peek at pages that I've got completed. Obviously, if you do join in on my Monday live streams, then you will already have seen these be coloured. But if you don't, if you're not part of the Monday live crew or the catch-up crew, where you watch it back afterwards, then so far this month I have completed a page in each of these books. So I've got the cutest of cute amigurumi critters. I still don't know if I'm saying that word right, but so I did this page, which I absolutely love. Still umming and ahhing over whether to do a background, but if I use alcohol markers, it's quite a lot to do, so I don't know. I'm calling it done. I've dated it, I've written it in my planner. The most I might do is maybe add a bit of chalk pastel in on the background, but at the minute I'm calling this one done. So this was all alcohol marker, a bit of a gold sparkly pen there, and obviously some white gel pen. Really like how the bubbles came out with the purple on. I think that looks really pretty. Had to do the otter page because otters are my favourite animal. And then finally got around to colouring in this gorgeous French stitch book, The Traveller Through the Ages, I think, or Travels in the Ages, or Traveller, anyway, something to do with travelling through the ages. And we did this one, the kind of medieval kind of page. So again, this one, alcohol markers, used white gel pen, and then used one of the Languo gel pens just to go over the black lines on the clouds. Absolutely love this page. Obviously quite a simple colour scheme, which I knew it would be with there being so much kind of brickwork in the background, but I still really like the variety that I've managed to get in there, kind of tying in all those colours there, and then managing to bring some of those colours across into like the roofs and kind of the little window areas as well. Just quite a cohesive page, and I just love how kind of important Stitch is, making himself look standing there. I think it's really cool. I'm just really glad that I've got a page done in this gorgeous book, because there's some really, really cool ones. There's some that have got an awful lot going on in the background, like that. I mean, there's so much in the background. I think if I was doing this kind of page, it might be that I just did the character and didn't do the background. Some aren't too bad, but some are just very, very detailed in the background. Like that was quite nice. I could colour all of that one like I did with that one. But yeah, lovely to get one of my uncoloured books coloured in. So yeah, like I say, Monday night on 8 p.m. UK time, do generally go live. Occasionally, you know, husband's birthday when I was away in the summer, didn't, but generally every Monday I will be live. So it'd be lovely for you to join us. So if you're interested in things like that, obviously please click that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video. If you've watched to the end, perhaps you could leave an emoji of like a pen or a pencil or the paint palette or something kind of creative like that, so that I can see who's watched to the end. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.